Hello, I'm Ben and today I'm going to show you how to make a GoPro pole mount. I made this for when I went snowboarding recently so I could film myself while going along. You will need some kind of a pole, a GoPro mount, some Sugru, obviously 2 packs, some scissors, dry tissue paper, white spirit, a cloth, some kind of a protective glove, some newspaper, possibly a hacksaw and a Stanley knife. And of course a GoPro camera really, because otherwise your GoPro camera mount would be a bit pointless. So let's begin. I decided to use for my pole an old ski pole, partly because we had one lying around, but obviously it's good because it already has a grip and a leash, which means you won't lose your camera. If you haven't got one lying around, you can probably find one easy enough if you're near a mountain resort. Try going to like a ski rental place or ski school or a restaurant, or go chat to a lifty. There'll probably be a bent, broken or missing one or a spare one. Or, we've got alternatives. You could potentially use a walking pole. These actually, they come apart and you could mount your GoPro mount behind the plastic and then you could reuse it as a walking stick. Or just some PVC pipe, but then you might have to build your own grip. Or a broomstick handle, whatever you can get your hands on really. Right, most ski poles don't look like this. You'll have to cut down your ski pole between 25 and 30 centimeters is pretty good length. I've measured that from handle to cut. I just did mine roughly by bending it over my knee and snapping it. If you wanted to be more precise, you could get a hacksaw and really make this a pro job. You probably have a hole in the end. It's a good idea to fill that hole before applying your Sugru, because otherwise you're going to lose a lot of valuable Sugru. To fill mine, I'm just going to use some newspaper. Rip off some strips, fold them up a bit, and then just try stuffing that in the end, and that's actually pretty good. Now you want to get your GoPro mount ready, because you've probably still got the sticky foam pad on the bottom. First you've got to take that off. It should come off just with your fingers, but if it gets a bit stuck, just use a scalpel to help cut it away from the plastic. Even after scraping off a lot of the sticky gunk, there's still going to be a bit of residue left, and it's best to get that off to help with the Sugru bonding. What you've probably got at home that will help get this off is just a bit of white spirit, and it's probably advisable to wear some kind of protective glove. Lovely purple glove. Any glove will do. Put a bit of white spirit on your cloth, and then eventually you will have a lovely clean surface. Ooh, now we're ready to use Sugru. 2 packs of Sugru. Cut open both packs. Chop, chop, chop. Just knead the Sugru from each pack in your fingers, but keep them separate because we're going to work with them as separate packs. Take one of your bits of Sugru, take your GoPro mount, roll your Sugru into a sausage roughly the same size as the mount, press the Sugru into the middle of the mount and just form it into a kind of a long pyramid triangular shape. Take your mount and then press in your Sugru and the mount, and then just press right around the edges, and while pressing down to really ensure a strong bond. Once you're happy with the position, it's time to use your second piece of Sugru. The main point of this piece is to kind of cover up this kind of sharp end, so when you're snowboarding along or whatever you're doing, you're probably doing it quite fast, and you don't fall on it and stab yourself. Press the Sugru into a kind of flatter piece and just wrap kind of over the end And then just kind of press that right around. Rub it with your fingers to kind of smooth out the finish if you want it looking nice. And just make sure there is enough Sugru around the back, this kind of back edge here, because you don't want to kind of something getting under that and pulling it up. Once you're happy with the position of the mount, you're just going to want to leave it to cure somewhere. Edge of the table is a really good place to put it because you can hang the Sugru end over the edge of the table. Take a bit of tape and secure the pole in place. Now you're going to want to leave that for 24 hours to cure. You'll want the full 24 hours because it's going to have quite hard aggressive use. So we'll come back in 24 hours and we'll see how strong it is. So, it's been 24 hours. Our Sugru should be fully cured, so let's take a look. It looks pretty good to me. Should be strong enough, so how about we take it for a spin? Super strong! But seriously, you can see some actual GoPro footage that I shot of me snowboarding on a real mountain with the GoPro Sugru mount that I made before. There should just be a video response below this one or an annotation that you can click on. I had loads of fun using it and it was super easy to make. I definitely recommend giving it a go. I think you can buy these somewhere off the internet, but you have to pay a load of money and you're just making more crap in the world. So why not reuse some of the stuff that you've already got lying around and build your own one, get making and get out on the slopes. Go to our website for loads of other amazing projects. And if you make some of these, shoot some footage and share it with us. We'd love to see it in action. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.